All right, well, 3, 2, 1, here it is. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Dual Wellness, a show with a mother and her son, or a son and his mother, Max, Camille, 56, 23 now. 23. And this is a show where we talk about physical health, mental health, any topics we want to discuss regarding to those, pertaining to those. Sometimes we'll talk about workouts, sometimes we're going to talk about like challenges or anything along those lines, or just tips and tricks that we have for staying well.
Staying well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, go ahead, take the floor.
All right, thank you. First of all, Max and I wanted to say that we have some new subscribers. Hello, yay!
Hello, thank you very much.
We like and appreciate you all, that's awesome. Plus, we had a couple of shout outs that was super cool.
Nice.
So we got a shout out from Your Pale Misty. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it so much. Her channel is hilarious. Go follow her. She makes me giggle, and she's really funny. The other shout out was from the Weightlifting Geek. So his name is Weightlifting Geek. He's awesome. He is his is a channel that is an intersection between technology and exercise, and
that's very interesting.
Yeah, he's very cool. He does some computer some technical things, and which some of it goes right over my head.
Right.
But then he does a lot of weightlifting stuff, and that's very cool because it's something obviously that I'm into.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So that was cool.
Much. Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you. It's super cool. So having said that, like, subscribe, do all the things, do the thumbs up. It helps us.
You can't dislike anymore, so haha.
Don't.
Now you can't.
You can't?
Yeah, you can technically, but it doesn't show up. So
I was wondering about
we
that.
could be complete frauds and lie and cheat, and nobody would know unless they watch the whole video, which we're not, and we won't do that.
Which we're not.
But you'll never know unless there's a dislike bar. So YouTube change that. Seriously.
I was wondering why.
Yeah, it's really a silly decision.
It's interesting. So anyway.
That's
what?
Toxic positivity.
What is me?
No, we're moving the dislike bar.
That's toxic positivity? Yeah, it's fake.
Kinda,
it is fake.
Yeah.
So anyways, what our topic is today is Max and I are going to get, potentially we're going to get a little bit heavier than what we normally do. We were discussing it. I had seen a couple of, this time of year, you're all over YouTube, all over everything, is happy holidays, being happy, the joy of the holidays, la 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 la. And while all of that is true, all of that is great, and all of that is awesome, and I love the holidays. I love everything about the holidays. I loved being a kid in the holidays, and I loved being a mom during the holidays. The holidays are great, and all of watching those shows, I watch all of those YouTube shows and all of the holiday shows, and it's great and it's wonderful. However, having said all of that, there are sometimes times in your life where the holidays are not great and not fabulous, or your mindset is not great and not fabulous. And it made me think, because 3 years ago our family had an extreme tragedy, and I won't get into the details right now. Max and I have discussed whether we will
go deeper into it. Yeah.
Go deeper into it with another. My nose is itching like crazy. Go deeper into it with another episode, but which we probably will. But it's gonna take some proper handling.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, it was something that it happened the week before Thanksgiving that year, and so rolling into the holidays sucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely and completely sucked. It sucked for our family. It was It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. However, when things like that happen, the main thing that kind of shocks you a little bit and makes you think is that life continues and life goes on. And our family could have made the choice at the time to not celebrate the holidays.
Right.
And I think that if we had made that choice,
we would have
been okay with that. I mean, we would have...
that's not how I was going to say at all. That goes against...
Oh, no. What I'm saying is, we would have made it through. I don't think that would have been the right decision.
Yes, it would have been a bad decision. Yeah, we would have made it through, of course, but it would have not been a good year.
No, and it wouldn't have helped. It would not have helped
solve anything.
Right. It wouldn't have helped towards healing.
Yeah, move us forward in any way. We would have just kind of soaked in sadness and the trauma of the event.
Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit about what I did. Max can talk a little bit about what he did and possibly what we did as a family.
Yeah.
Everything. So one of the things that I did was as the mom, and so in our household, I'm kind of the one that sets the tone. You know what I mean? Don't you think? I mean, I set the tone for the holidays and stuff like that. As far as
if you were not here, it'd be a fairly lazy event, probably.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Yeah. So,
I mean, Dad sets up the trees and does the decoration.
Dad does the decorations. Oh yeah.
So I mean, everybody.
But if I wasn't here to say, yay, let's do it. Yeah. It probably. Yeah. So that year, I did not know if I could set the tone. However, I knew that it was really important for my family that I did. If for nothing else, to make sure that they, to give them the belief that life does go on, we will be okay. Things will return to normal, or as close to normal as we can, everything. But, that we would all be okay. And that was the main thing that I focused on is we have just a couple of very small traditions in our family, but they mean a lot.
Yeah.
They mean a lot. And one of the small traditions that we have is once my kids had stopped believing in Santa Claus.
Very early on. Because I remember Sam asking you about the Easter Bunny. Sam's came when he was like 3 years old or something.
No. Sam was a little bit older than that. Sam was probably about 6. So you would have been about 5.
Yeah.
And Sam, so that was about when the kids stopped believing in Santa Claus. Well, then when it was a done deal that Santa was no more,
well, now I believe in him again.
You believe in the shush.
It's real.
So when it was a done deal, then I was wrapping presents that year, and I said to my husband, I was like, I can't write from Santa anymore. Who am I going to write that? It's lame writing from mom and dad, everything. And for whatever reason, he said something like, I don't know, make it from.
We always have like God or something like that.
There's always a present from God.
Yeah.
But he was like, make it from. So he named some funny person.
Yeah.
And so all of their gifts are from
the funny characters and stuff like that. Sometimes they pertain to the gift list. So like the big one, the big gift was always like God. Like we got Rock Band one year, and it was from God, and it was like, okay, that was
fun. It's funny.
And then if it's a video game thing, they try and figure out like a video game person.
Yes. Yeah.
Those lines. So
yeah. So every year I try to get really creative with who their presents are from. Usually, it's from someone musical or a movie star or a TV star or something like that. And it's just fun.
Yeah.
And when you're handing it out, the kids,
you each get one at a time.
And the kids get geeked about reading who they're from.
Yeah, it's fun. We still do that. We still do that. It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that year, it was everything that I could do to wrap the presents, and my mind was blank.
It was not funny. There could be funny characters at the time.
I was struggling.
Yeah.
But and I wasn't going to do it. And I knew that my family would completely understand if I chose not to. I knew that they would. But I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I got to do it. So if you have traditions, try to keep with the traditions, even though, and if you can't, you can't. That's okay.
But
that's okay.
The point is that if those are traditions that make you happy and have always made your family and others around you happy, that when you go through a period of time that's very difficult and you give up on those traditions, then the new tradition is not doing the things that make you happy. So eventually you're going to have to pick it back up anyways, or start a new one, replace it with something else that's just as nice or just as fun. Otherwise, what you're going to be pushing forward each year, the new tradition is going to be sadness and as a result of the trauma from that time. So get back on the saddle, if you can, when you can. Yeah, when you can. And we did it. We really did it collectively as a family. Yeah. I think we really focused on. There were definitely times. There was probably definitely times there where we were all together and we were like maybe a little bit more over the top with the yay. Right. Trying to fake it till you make it. Yeah. Right. Fake it till you make it. But the thing is that's still positive energy and still being together, and that's the thing about times when you have a hard time during the holidays, at least in this context, an event like this. It did in a lot of ways bring us closer together and to make us more appreciative of what the holidays are all about. As family and holding each other up and community and having a time at the end of the year to celebrate. You made it through all of that. You made it through the year. This is a nice... Now we eat food and we give each other gifts and we're happy and we're looking forward to the next one. And I think that mentality is what is so important. But I mean, then there is other forms of not being happy during the holidays, where it's some people are alone on the holidays, and they don't really have people to hold them up and build them up in a familial sense, or they never even have those kinds of traditions or anything along those lines. And as much as we can say just stick with your family, that's what it's all about. That's not an option for everybody. That's not an option for everybody. And sometimes the holidays in general are just a big reminder for feeling a little bit sad. And you know what? I mean, the more I've read and the more I've experienced, and for people that are in that situation, and not that anybody's asked me for any advice, but it's my YouTube channel and that's my job, but the more I've read and everything, so people that if the main thing about holidays, and the main thing, so me keeping with the traditions, me buying the presents, the reason that is so important is because that is giving. Yes. That is being in service to. Yes. Everything that's what. So if you don't have loved ones around you, if you don't have that kind of situation like that Max and I are talking about and everything, find some type of community that you can give to. Exactly. That you can give to. I mean, it's I don't know what it is for you. I don't know what it is that would make you feel fulfilled. I mean, everybody is different. I mean, there's lots of, of course, there's the homeless shelters, and there's the, there's one of the... churches, homeless shelters, there's... One of the programs that my other job is extremely involved in is the foster family. Yeah. The foster families, and we always do something for the foster families and stuff like that. And it is the best feeling in the world. It is just the best feeling in the world. And if what you do in that moment of time makes you feel needed, makes you feel appreciated, makes you feel like you matter, because you're in service to someone else, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
It's awesome.
I think that's how you get through the holidays, is that you have to remember what they're really there for, and what the point of them is. It's for community and togetherness and a celebration of our lives as humans and being here. And I think that's
we're not talking about the holidays as a religious event. We're not.
No, I'm talking about the end of the year. The end of the year celebratory couple of months all together of gratefulness and thankfulness and everything, and getting gifts for your friends or getting gifts for your family, or helping your community out in any small way you can. Or if you can't even do that, or if you don't want to do that, that's totally all right as well. Finding a community online, finding finding a community online.
That's a great idea.
Where those exist. That's what being online allows you to find, is anyone and everybody under any circumstance. There's somebody who's similar to you, and you can spend that time together.
You're not alone.
And I had there was other times during Christmas that we had a lot of hard times when I was a kid, and stuff like that. And a lot of the fun that I had during Christmas, a lot of the community that I felt, this might be a very specific small group, but was on like Xbox. Was on Xbox Live. Was with random people that I would meet on Xbox Live during like holiday events and stuff like that, and games.
And you would spend a lot of time. Because on Christmas break.
Yeah, you have time off, and you get a new game, and you come together with all these people on that month and celebrate that game, and being able to connect with complete strangers. And I mean, I made friends with people who were 10 years older than me, 5 years older than me, and we just wanted to play a game together.
Right.
And it's the beauty of that feeling of sharing in something and spending time with each other. Communion. And that's the point. That's the point in the feast. That's the point in giving gifts. That's the point in all of it. So you can share in it with somebody else. And I think that's the most important tradition that you need to keep up during the holidays, any way you can. Yeah. And that's how you get through it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So.
Anything else?
I think that's all I have to say. But I really do. So I hope everybody here you have a community to go to, or this year you at least are confident enough to take that step out to try and find one, because they want you. They want you there. If you make that step, they'll accept you in, and it's always worth it to reach out to somebody, especially during the holidays. Even
if you only have that connection with one person.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the best connection.
That person has a connection with you.
Yeah. Exactly. So reach out.
Absolutely. So yeah.
So all right.
I think that was a good talk. Fairly quick one, but thank you very much, everybody, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. It's gonna come out the week of Christmas, so don't forget, subscribe, do the clicks, do all that good stuff, and show us some holiday love.
The way you said that was
not you.
Ruined the video. Turning this off.
Thanks,
Goodbye,
guys.
everybody.
Bye.